So we are going to be talking about measuring volume. Like I said, you did the gizmo over the past week about the 3 different volumes. We did not have to worry about the volume of a sphere, okay? So we're going to be doing regular shaped objects, liquid, and irregular shaped objects. So for a regular shaped object, that's like a rectangular prism, to measure its volume, you will do length times width times height. Okay? So, for example, if we want an example of a regular shaped object, the length is 7.5 centimeters. The width, 2.5 centimeters. And the height is another 2.5 centimeters. So, I want you guys to calculate the volume of that regular shaped object. So what do we have to do? Yeah, so we have to multiply all those numbers together. So we have 7.5, 2.5, and 2.5, right? So we get a volume of 46 and 9/10. So 46.9. Did everybody write that down? Okay. And what are our units? Centimeters what? Cubed, because there was 3 measurements. So it's centimeters cubed. So you write the cm and then the little 3 above it, okay? 46.9. Okay? So that is a regular shaped object. For liquid, we use a graduated cylinder. Move my camera a little bit. Okay, so to measure a liquid, we use a graduated cylinder. So here's my graduated cylinder right here. And as you can see, we have our marks on each. For every 10, we have a larger number so we can read it. So to measure liquid, we would read these hash marks. So what you have to do is you see this big one line is 80, and then each of these lines go up by 1 on this graduated cylinder. It does change depending on the graduated cylinder you look at. So each of these goes up by 1, and what you have to do is you have to go down to eye level with the graduated cylinder to read it. So when it is eye level, you look at the meniscus, which the meniscus is the bottom of that semicircle. Okay, so you look at the bottom of that line that is formed by the water, and we have 86 milliliters, okay? So liquid volume is measured in milliliters. Okay? So did everybody get that vocabulary word meniscus down in the left-hand column? Okay, so I'm going to write it here just so you guys can see it, because I know sometimes spelling that one is tough. I have to change my camera angle depending on if it's sideways or not. So this right here is the meniscus. Okay, so that bottom of that semicircle, that's where you read for the volume. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Okay. So then I want you guys to try and read what the volume is in this graduated cylinder. Okay, so there's that question right there. Okay, guys, so be careful. Be careful of your rounding. Some of you are rounding too much, okay? So if we look at this, 35 is down here and 40 is up here. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines in between. So it's 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. Okay? So each line represents 1, but this line, this meniscus goes to the halfway point. Okay, so it's 36 and a half. 36 and a half milliliters. Okay, and then the last one is the irregular shaped object. So that would be something like this. That's not like a shape, right? I can't take a ruler and measure that. That would be tough, okay? So what you do is you use what is called the displacement method. So I have to move my camera again, guys, so I'm sorry if it makes anyone feel like it's weird, okay? Okay, so here is my graduated cylinder. Okay, and what you do is you measure what it is at first, which we already know it was at 86, right? And then, so you get the initial volume, then you put the irregular shaped object into the graduated cylinder, and you measure the new volume, which this is now at 92 milliliters. So we went from 86 to 92. So what is the volume of my irregular shaped object? So what do you have to do? Yeah, so 92, and you subtract 86 from 92. And what do you get? 6. So the volume is 6, and because it's a solid that we're looking at, it's 6 cubic centimeters. Okay, guys, so now I want you to fold along that summary line and write 2 to 3 sentences of your summary.